All right, everybody, it's that time again. It's the Simeon Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to the people. This is season 4. Welcome to my audience again. It's been a good ride. I love doing this show. I love coming to you guys, and it's going to be a great show tonight. But before we get going, we're going to kick off the Simeon Henderson Show like we always do, a little something like this.
Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, there ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. Ain't no stopping now, it ain't no stopping now. This what you wanted, Cause ain't no turning back. This what you wanted, Cause ain't no turning back.
All right, everybody, it's that time. The Simeon Henderson Show where we're giving a voice to the people. I want to welcome our viewing audience and our live audience in the studio. All right, it's time to get going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. Tonight, we are super excited to sit down with award-winning sketch comedy writer, producer, and actor, Jay Davis. Now, Jay has made his dreams as a little boy become his reality as he's flourished, conquering success. Jay has worked with some of the most popular actors in the entertainment business, and guess what? I'm actually one of them. Now, he has a dynamic team, the Creative Hustle team, and they are awesome. Now, we have with us tonight Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter, Tari Teray. And I said her name right, and we also have the Grammy Award-winning DP and director, Will Gates, and the DP and director and producer, Omar, is in the building. So we have a great show lined up for you, and we're about to get started as I bring them up. Welcome to the Simeon Henderson Show, Jay Davis, Tari, and Calvin and Kelvin. Come on, guys. All right, everybody, I've been waiting for this moment. Now, this is season 4 of the Simeon Henderson Show, and we wanted to kick it off with some fun people, with some comedians, with some singers, just some entertainers to keep you laughing. And if you can see this little hand tapping my iPad, trying to throw me off, it don't work because I know it all about it. It's committed to memory. Jay knows this. But we're sitting here with Jay Davis, writer, director, and actor, super talented brother, and we have some of the cast and talented. Okay, let's start here. We have Tari Teray. We have Kelvin, he's the DP, and we have Calvin, who is the comedian actor. And don't forget that she is a Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter, right? Right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. You better hold on to your seats because I guarantee you, you're going to laugh during this session. So let's start with you, Jay. All right. What got you started? What was your, and I'm scared to ask this question, everybody. We're gonna dive into the mind, at least half of the brain of Jay Davis during this episode. And I say half because the way he acts, there's no way he has all his sense, Calvin. No way. So what got you started?
I got a divorce and I needed something to do with my life.
Oh, so that's what made you start writing.
Like 11 years ago, I ended something, and I was like, all right, now what? So I just started writing old dating stories, just like shorts or whatever. And then I'm like, hey, I should shoot some of these. Some of these might be funny. And so I filmed them. And then from there, like 9 months later, I'm like, you know what? I should make a movie. And so I took all the characters from the shorts and made it to my first movie.
And what was that first movie?
It was called The House Will Take Over, and please don't watch it.
Because you know people will Google it.
Did not age well at all. So yeah, don't watch that. But yeah.
But the most important thing is you got started.
I got started.
And I think that's one of the things that people are going to be able to take from this and from all of you guys sitting up here. Everyone has a story about getting started. And when you got started, what made you think, and I'm saying it this way for a reason, what made you think that you could make people laugh?
I always did it, but I never took it serious because I was the youngest in my family. And so I was like the icebreaker. Like I'm 10 years younger than my sister. I was like the last one my parents had. So I've always made people laugh, but then somebody's like, maybe you should take it serious. I'm like, all right, let's see what happens. So
So you was the oops baby.
yeah, I was the oops baby. I was the Hennessy at 2 in the morning, baby.
All right, we're gonna come right back to the Hennessy at 2 in the morning, baby. And we're gonna come over here to Tari. And Tari, tell us about your success as a Grammy Award-winning singer and songwriter. First of all, when did you get started in the music business?
In the music business, I didn't start until my mid-20s. So in 1999, January 27th of 1999.
Oh, you know the exact date.
I do. The first time I touched the stage.
Okay.
Yep. I decided I quit my job. I walked out. I went to a bar where there was a jazz band playing. And I said, excuse me, can I sing a song with you guys tonight? And they said yes. And that was the beginning of my journey.
So I know what everybody's saying right now. Can you like sing just something like really quick? Just a quick boom boom. Because you can't say you quit your job and you went to a bar and asked if you could sing and you've been singing ever since. Now everybody want to know if you could sing. So you just got to give us a stanza. How you say it? She's not rapping, so we can't say bars. So if you can give us a couple of.
Even far away, I can still see your face. And even when miles and miles, I see your smile, and I'm very proud. And
All right, okay. You passed the test. I got the chills. And it's not because Jay leaning on me.
Wait a minute.
So here we go. So thank you very much for that. So now let me ask you one more question before I go to the brothers behind me. So you made the decision.
Yeah.
And you stepped out.
Yep.
What was that like? Was there any fear? Was there any doubt? Was there just that moment where you said, oh, I'm out here.
Yeah.
Now what?
There's plenty of emotions. It's all the human emotions. You're scared. You have the fear. You have the doubt. You have the lack of confidence. But then there's also there's this thing called a marching order. And it's something you agree to with God that you're going to do for the world in order to lift his people. So for me, I wanted to find a way to do that, and this was my chance to do that. So, being able to do this has led me to participating in Grammy Award-winning albums and writing songs for Grammy Award-winning singers. And for me, that is the joy. That's the marching order, and I get an opportunity to pass a good message.
And staying in that whole thing of passing a good message, can you tell us about your inspiration for releasing the album Sweetest Survivor? What was your inspiration for that?
Well, I'm the girl from Chicago, raised by a whole bunch of folk from Mississippi, and my story is I'm the country girl raised in Chicago.
Okay.
And so this was my opportunity to tell my story, but also to help the little girls around and little boys around that were going through the things that you got to give people something to reflect in. It's like we're all each other's mirrors. So Sweetest Survivor was my chance to put my mirror up so that other people can see themselves. And so for me, Sweetest Survivor told my story, but it also helped me connect with a community of youth that I was speaking to in public, and I was going and doing workshops for and teaching songwriting and poetry too, alongside of my husband, the award-winning NAACP Image Award-winning poet Jay Ivey.
Yes.
And for us, this was our marching orders. These were our goals. So Sweetest Survivor was the beginning of that goal, and it was my chance to find my voice and to find a way to connect with my community. I just don't feel that people are doing that enough, and if you're gonna be an example, you got to start
within. Come on now. So as you all know, and you all know, I'm an actor, but I'm also a motivational speaker. And today I was speaking at UIC College, and I talked to them about within. Sometimes you have to be selfish. People think that being selfish is bad. It's not bad, because you have to be selfish, because if you can't do it for yourself first, you can't do it for anybody else. So being selfish is not a bad thing. It's what I call being symbolic, simply your best.
It's the same thing they tell you every time you step on a plane. Before helping the person next to you, including children, secure your oxygen mask first.
I can't say what I really want to say.
Oh, okay.
I got to say,
All right.
F them kids. No, I'm just
Okay. That's
everybody.
another way
So
to put it.
so remember, guys, this show is filled with comedy. So you're gonna hear some comedy. So now, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to dig deep, a little deeper into the mind to see what makes people tick. And Jay, so now speaking of being a writer and director and bringing these stories forth, right? You're the writer, you're a director, and you.
not really the
Well, you're not the director, but you have tried to direct.
I don't like people.
And
People don't listen.
but my question to you is this. I have two talented brothers behind me, and we're gonna start with Kelvin because he's the director of photography. And when you write a story and you want to bring it to life, you have to have someone with vision that matches your vision. So what was it like working with Kelvin? Before we have Kelvin tell us what was it like working for you?
It's gonna get real awkward. I've never met this brother a day in my life. Man. You a cool dude. I'm pretty sure you cool. I've never met this man a day in my life, brother. I'm not even, dude, he's a good guy, man. I can't work with him, man. He seems motivated. He seems down to earth, man. We ready to go, man. We locked in.
And he got on a nice hoodie.
Yeah, nice hoodie. Nice hoodie.
So Kelvin, we're gonna jump back to you. What is it like for you to be a part of the creative hustle team? Because I know you know the work and you've been around the work. What is it like for you to come in and be a part of the work?
With me, it's an opportunity for sure, and I'm really used to the working environment that the creative hustle brings, and I feel comfortable, and I feel like I fit right in. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I'm working with Open World Films and Will Gates, we're always joking and laughing on set and make everything feel like a real family. So it's right up there.
I can't say that's true about Will. So I won't talk about Will yet because we're going to talk to Will, guys. Tell us a little bit about how you got started as a DP, director of photography, everybody, and how did you gain that love for that storytelling, visual?
I started in high school throwing parties, and I had like Julian from B96 like hosting my parties on the radio, and people would come, and I didn't want to pay for a video, like a cameraman at the time, so I borrowed my friend's camera, and I just started taking pictures, and then rappers started coming, and I started taking pictures of them. You do music videos too? Yeah. So,
Whatever.
ever since then, I was just doing party recaps, and then I met Will Gates doing behind the scenes one of the videos, and ever since then, just been turned up.
That's what's up.
Ask him how many guns he had pointed at him
Oh,
while recording the video.
Wait. he has done a lot of rap videos.
yeah.
Let me ask you this. What was it like working in hostile environments, trying to maintain a steady camera?
Man, well, being from the West Side already, you know what I'm saying, from the hood, from the poverty, you know, I was already used to guns and stuff like that, but...
That's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
Brought my spirits down.
I mean, I'm gonna keep it 100.
All right, brother.
It's all right, Kelvin.
Keep it 100, you know? I'm used to it.
Hey, look, Calvin's sitting behind me like, I'm from the suburbs. I'm like, no, I'm just playing.
I went to private school. I'm like, I don't know what this guy's talking about back here.
Okay, good. So let's go back here to my man Calvin. Now, Calvin, you all have seen him grace many stages and done many performances. He's been on the stage and on TV. Calvin is a comedian and a great actor, and he's a good friend. So, Calvin, what has it been like for you, this journey, man, of being a comedian and just staying the course?
I think the toughest thing, outside of comedy, but I just think entertainment in general is always keeping yourself motivated. And I don't care where you at in the journey, you always feel like you're ready for that next step, but you're never really ready. So just trusting the process and just, believing in yourself and being patient. I think that's the hardest thing to do, like being patient, because we want that big role, we want that, that big break, but when it does come, you want to be the most prepared for it.
And a lot of people get sidetracked and they get they lose their confidence because things don't happen as fast as it should,
gratification.
or as fast, right? And I always call it the microwave society. You know, when you put it in the microwave and everybody want to nook it, right? But y'all, I'm from the old school. When you had a pot pie, you put it in the oven on 325 or 450, and then you let it cook for about 45 minutes, and you take it out and it's golden brown and crunchy, right? But if you put it in the microwave, it's gonna be done, but it's gooey and it's not the same. And speaking on that, Calvin, what has it been like for you, just having that longevity and that sustainability and tough skin? We're in the business, we know that tough skin. What can you tell people about you having to have tough skin in order to get to the next level?
You gonna hear more than you hear. You gonna hear no more than you hear yes. In the last year, I probably done over 100 auditions. I turn on the TV now and I know lines for shows that I didn't get. Like I'm watching TV shows. Like, why do I know this? Oh, I auditioned for it. So most shows that you see on TV, I've auditioned for, and it's just knowing like, okay, well, that role wasn't for me, and you just got to go into the next one because you're not promised to get every role. When you get an audition, it's like you're not supposed to get this. You get the gift of being able to do your best at something, and then send it off and be happy that you had the opportunity to do it. I think that's the joy that you have to find within the process of entertainment.
So if you're watching this, you're hearing stories, real stories, and I always tell people, what's for you is for you. Because Calvin will tell you, we've been in the same audition room number of times, and it's one of those things where you can't look at who's around you and what's around you. You have to go in there and leave a lasting impression on them, because if you don't get this one, they're going to keep you in mind for the next one, right? So I think that's real cool, Calvin. And lastly,
real quick,
go ahead.
I wanted to, like, Calvin, and I would never say this in front of his face or the camera, but Calvin is one of like the most talented people like I've ever worked with. As far as like most comedians don't transition into acting well. But he's like done that and consistently done that over the years, and so like I'm just proud. Every time I see him on TV, I'm like, I know that motherfucker. So my bad, but I'm just. And Calvin was actually the first comic I called to be on the show, because I'm like, I have to have him on the show.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that. In a position you wouldn't say that normally.
You wouldn't say it. He's not in front of you. You're not in front of you. He's on your face.
He's like, I'd never say this to him, but I just want to let you know.
That's funny. I met Calvin. I never knew you were a comedian at first, because we used to always see each other on the auditioning tip. And then when I first got to see you perform, I was like, he's funny, But I say that to say that transition. And I started doing comedy, but then I started acting. But now I'm trying to do comedic acting. I'm doing comedic acting. But I think it's that transition, you being able to do that is super cool, man. And you're a very talented brother. So appreciate you. So, guys, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. We have been sitting down with Tari, Kelvin, and Calvin, and of course the man, the myth, the legend, and I do mean myth, Jay Davis. We'll be right back with more of the Simeon Henderson Show right after these messages. See you in a minute. Everybody, we're back, and I hope you're having as much fun as we are on this show today. It's filled with a lot of laughter and talent right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. And I have next to me the Grammy-nominated film DP, Will Gates, and to his right, we have the DP and director, Omar Moore, in the house. And you know who this guy behind me is, Jay Davis, the writer, the creator, the brainchild. I know you've never been called a brainchild.
That's insulting. Jesus.
So let's get into it, guys. We've been having a great show, and we just want to find out a little more from these brothers and what makes them tick. I'm going to start with you, Omar. Okay. Why don't you talk to us really quick, because you're one of the producers, right? So that means he's one of the men with the money, and we're glad he's still here, because he had, can I mention the tragedy, the almost tragedy? He got blew up on the boat.
Oh, that tragedy. I thought
That
you-
one,
I
yeah.
thought you meant
There's another one.
me growing up.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, go tell all that. Yeah, I got blew up.
Look, no, that's gonna be another show. We gonna
Black people say blowed up.
Blowed up.
So Omar, talk to us about BLE Comics and the new Knights.
Oh, man, you did your research. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
that-
Respect.
We do that.
Yeah, so I'm a, in addition to doing all this, I'm also an independent comic book publisher.
Okay.
And we have this issue called The New Knights. It's the all-black comic book. We in our 4th issue now. 5th issue is in production. I've been doing comics for like, I'll say my age now, 40 years.
Wow.
Damn.
So since you was
Look, man,
5,
this ain't about-
because you're 45, right?
48. They just make it worse and worse. Right. So I was 8 years old. Me and my cousin Stan, shout out to Stan, we started making our own books because back then there weren't many black people. We had Black Panther, we had Falcon and Luke Cage. That's about it. So me being who I was, I started drawing them myself, making that, and that's been going on. So now for 40 years. But BLE Comics, we do our own comic books. We got animation, cartoons, and stuff coming out. So that's a pretty cool thing.
And I don't want to skip over this. Don't downplay this. You work with the youth, and you are a co-founder of a school.
Yes, I'm co-founder of Circle Foundation, Innovations High School. Shout out to Saab, my business partner. We're in our 13th year, 12th year right now. And that's a school for at-risk youth. We're in downtown Chicago. We've graduated thousands of students now, and it's been a wonderful thing. We currently have 430 students in downtown Chicago. We have a recording studio down there for the kids. We're teaching film production there as well, so we're really proud of that. That's my passion right now. I really love working with kids, so that's a cool thing to do.
I didn't want to skip over that, everybody. You heard that because you we're having fun, and you hear the comedy and the stories. But when you are put in a position where you're growing and you decide to reach back and make a difference, I think that makes all the world. That makes the world a better place. And I appreciate you for that. And speaking of that, talking about making a difference, I remember working on music videos that this guy was shooting and filming. I would always hear Will Gates, Will Gates, Will Gates. And you know, I was young and black, so I'm thinking about Bill Gates, Bill Gates, Bill Gates. But we have Will Gates with us. Talk to us about being CEO of Open World Films and the projects that you produced, as well as because you've done music videos and movies.
Yeah, I'm really what you like to consider. I'm a real filmmaker, so I do everything. How I started off, I went to Columbia College. You know, I'm showing my age. I can't remember.
Man, you old too, man.
Yeah, 03.
You know, old man back
It
here.
really wasn't. It really wasn't that many. You know what I'm saying? African Americans in film in Chicago for the most. So, but I knew all of the rappers. You know what I mean? Coming from Inglewood, so I kind of like, you know, how funny I got my start. I lied to everybody. I told them I was filming a documentary, but I really wasn't. I was just really trying to get to know them and network with them. And I had a camera, so they always called me at odd times of the night, 3 in the morning. Hey, what you doing? We at the studio, you know, and I come. I'll never tell people no. And then, you know, I got my first break from Bum J doing music videos, and it kind of took off from there. And then I just did the sky's the limit. I didn't work with everybody, any and everybody. I done things for National Geographics. I done things for Netflix. I done things. I just completed my first film, so. Secrets of a Side Chick.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations on
So
that.
I just really man, I've been in this, man, since I was like 20, man. This was pre-internet, so people thought Will Gates was white. They thought I was white. People would be like,
you come on, you know,
what a
black people.
surprise.
You Will Gates? We think about Bill Gates.
Nah, because my work was so good though. But you know what I'm saying too.
If
so
I
it
do
was
say
just,
so
yeah.
myself.
So you know, because everybody be like, man, I got this cold white boy. But for me, I was the brother doing it. They was like, you ain't do that. I'm like, yeah.
But you are light skinned.
I guess so. I kind of like to call myself caramel complected.
You're like,
Caramel
everybody in the
complected.
studio audience is like, he's light skinned.
Yeah, you feel? I stay in the sun. You know, in the wintertime, you might catch me. I might be white like.
So let me ask you this: what's one of your most proud moments as a filmmaker?
I can't lie to you, man. I've probably directed over 1,000 music videos, and I done worked with some of the biggest artists in the world, but nothing felt more better than completing my first feature film. You know what I'm saying? Secrets of a Side Chick. I felt like I graduated, man, because I was like, I'm here now. I can officially call myself a filmmaker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was probably the proudest moment. And then secondly, being Grammy nominated with my brother Freddie Gibbs, man.
That's super dope.
2020, was it 2021? One of them. But either way, that whole experience was exciting as hell, because man, we did that just off the pure love, and for the world to accept it like that, man, it's greatest feeling in the world.
Okay. So Jay, talk to us about being nominated as by the Chicago Music Awards. What was that like for you?
You want the real answer or what? Look here. I got nominated, and my mother loves everything I do, right? So she immediately bought like a whole table, which was like $500. I'm like,
Oh,
Mom,
man.
I don't think you should do that, because it was like me, D-Ray, Hannibal Burrs, and Lil Rel. Like, Mom, it's gonna be a short night. You know what I mean? I read up. He said, no, I'm gonna come. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So we get there, and that had to be like a 10-hour award ceremony.
Wow.
And my category didn't go to like second to last.
Oh wow.
And they didn't even read it. They just posted it on the teleprompter because they was about to get kicked out the building.
Oh,
and
baby.
D-Ray won. And he probably still don't know he won. And my mother looked at me. I'm like, what do you want me to say?
Hey, I lost to one of them Chicago award shows too.
Yeah. So
Weird.
I appreciated getting nominated, but I could have stayed at home.
Right. I think I lost to like Hype Williams too.
Right. You're like, you ain't from Chicago.
Right. No, I'm like, you're not coming to this. You don't know about no damn Chicago
not even gonna
music.
accept
Right,
the
yeah.
award.
They was bugging.
So speaking of that, and everybody, if you're in the business or you've been around the business or been to award shows, you know, I'll never forget. I got nominated for my book, right? My book, and I don't know who nominates people, like how they do the whole thing. I got a letter saying I was nominated. First thing I thought was, I'm not gonna win,
Right.
but I'm gonna go.
Right.
So, but I went and I won. But it was like it was surreal. And you got all the people, and you watch the award shows, and they call you on the people name, and you get up, and like that was one of the most unreal experiences.
Right.
To be nominated, but to win. So, and the reason I'm saying this, people, because everybody sitting up here has been in the seat that you're in. If you're inspiring to be in the business or start your own business, or whether you want to pick up a camera and do it, tell everybody before we get out of here, and I'll start with you, Omar. Why is it so important to just follow your heart and your dreams?
Well, I mean, I would say one thing is that it never goes away. Like, I went to film school 30 years ago.
Damn. No,
And I mean, in that, I had a whole different career with the school and all that kind of stuff. I opened up several recording studios, film studios at the school, but the passion was still there. The meeting with Jay, we started doing collaborating, and I came back full circle and said, now I'm going to start doing film again. So you will do yourself a disservice to not follow your dreams. I've been very successful in everything I do. I'm very blessed with everything I do, but it was still like that big gaping hole of like, I just got to do this. And then I had a chance to do it, got a chance to work with him almost at the gate, and that was like a wonderful thing too. So if you just commit to yourself and believe in your dreams, things open up really fast. Like my trajectory has been way faster than it was when I started film. When I started film, there were no digital cameras. Right. Everything was film. I was literally cutting and splicing and doing timetables, time codes to sync sound and all that kind of stuff. And the thing that going now is like all digital. It's amazing. But the most important thing for me is to never forget your dream, never give up on your dream. Even with the comic books, I started that when I was a kid, and now I have a publishing company for that. So you never give up. It's never too late. So I'm older than all of y'all. Thanks. But now I'm living my dream, and I'm happy with it. And I'm still successful with my business. I'm still able to do all the things I want to do, and now live those dreams out as well. So it means that much more. So just never give up on it. It's just that important.
Okay. Will.
For me, man, it's just always been like my story, kind of like his, man. Like being a filmmaker in the earlier days, there were nobody to look up to. I had no inspiration. I did school one day to see Belly and Blade, and those movies changed my life. Shout out to Hype Williams. But I also tried to conform to what other people wanted me to do as well. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't know I got a culinary degree. I was a chef for like 2 years.
I thought you said you had a coloring degree.
Not culinary. But those 2 years were miserable. I remember waking up dreading, and then one day I was just like, you know what? I ain't never coming back. F this job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't cooking with no crack again in my life.
You say you ain't cooking what?
Yeah, no crack again.
I know.
Crackers.
I know.
He was a pastry chef.
I didn't even know they taught that in culinary school. But hey,
that job worked out.
so,
That's why I'm here today.
so Jay, tell everybody, man. Tell everybody how they can check out the Creative Hustle. What's coming up? When it's coming up? We're gonna put it up so you guys can see it as well. But I want you to hear it from the mouth of the man. He's and as you're telling us, tell us the quick story about the whole Robert Townsend Partners in Crime and how that pushed you to do Creative Hustle.
Well, I was just at home one day, and it just came across like a YouTube. You know how YouTube got the weird algorithms. I'm like, did I say this out loud? And I started watching it, and I was like, I can do this. And so I called Rodney Perry, I texted him, like, hey, man, you got a minute? Can you talk? And I'm like, hey, man, what about if I did something like that Robert Townsend Partners of Crime? He's like, you like a mini Robert Townsend. I'm like, all right. And so I hit Omar up, like, hey, man, I got an idea. And so I'm like, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. I got the sketches, and I have more sketches to shoot. I like through COVID, I just been writing for like the last year and a half. I'm like, I have the sketches. I know every comedian in Chicago, literally every comedian, and I know some dope musical perform. I know a lot of dope people, like a lot. And I was like, I got to put this show together. It was like not even like the last 6 months. This is all I've been thinking about. So that's how it came about.
So funny thing about that, when he called me and said to do the show, I'm like, yeah, cool, man. I'll do the show, no problem. All for it, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a good space right now. I just bought a boat. So we started talking about that. We started talking about that. I think the following weekend, I got blown up.
When I said that earlier, guys, I wasn't joking. He really did get blown up on the boat. Well, let's say he had an accident on the boat because he didn't get blown up because he's still
I got
there.
blown straight in there.
I was in that group text, and he was like, my boat blew up. My boat blew up. I'm like, what?
But it's so funny to hear you
This
tell
nigga
the
cracking his
story.
tail.
Texted me for like 2 days trying to
boat
get
don't
this
blow up on Miami
I'm in
Vice,
the
son.
hospital. He like, man, what's going on, bro? I'm like,
And when he
yeah,
told
bro.
me, I was just like, damn, this is going to push back filming about a
That was
week.
his first thing.
Look, he heartless.
We still
You know,
Yeah, bro, we still
filmmakers,
shooting.
hey, filmmakers don't have a soul. You know,
I'm
we can't-
literally in the hospital talking to my doctor like, look, we got this horror movie we shooting. I got this comedy show. Can I walk? He's like, yeah, between 4 and 12 weeks, you'll be good. We're on week 17. I'm still doing this, but we still doing this show.
And see, the thing about it, we was talking about early, like, when you know what your passion is and you can't do it, like Will said, he was getting sick of the job. It's like it becomes debilitating when you can't do what you want to do. I know COVID has messed a lot of people up, but, like, this has been the most I've done. Like throughout, like I've got a lot of shit done doing COVID, but when you can't do what you want to do and it's your passion, it hurts.
Yes, yes, it does. And guys, you're watching real people telling real stories, and I really, man, I'm with it because being in the business, you go from being out there doing this and then all of a sudden everything stops.
Breaks down.
And I had to learn how to do online, and I think it was crazy because we had nothing to do. I did a show Monday through Friday. I did a sip and savor hour, but it was good for me because A, it kept me sane, and B, it made me grow. I was calling Jose, I'm calling Sim, I'm calling Sheldon. Hey, should we do this? Should we do that? Do that? And they, at first I know they looking at me like, we really can't do nothing. I'm like, yes, we can. StreamYard, right? And I think you were one of the first interviews I did.
Yep.
I had all of the tricks and gadgets going, but
Your StreamYard game on point, brother. He had background. He had like a little ticker going across. Like, what package do you have?
Commercial break. A real show, right?
I'm telling Jose, I'm like, I don't want that little duck in the top screen. I don't want that. But no, man, I appreciate you guys taking the time. This is one of those shows where I think people need to hear this. Yeah. They need to hear it because they need to not only see the fun about it, but they hear the work. They hear the work and they know that it's feasible and it's doable, but you can't give up. So
Don't
I
give
just
up.
thank you guys, man, and I want you guys to continue to encourage and motivate and inspire others to be successful as you all continue in your success and continue to grow. And I'm excited, guys, to be a part of the Creative Hustle team. I'm in a couple of the sketches with
Yes, you are.
Jay. Hilarious dude, man. Everybody think we're brothers anyway. So Omar, tell everybody where you can be, where they can catch up with you. We'll tell everybody where they can catch up with you. Jay, where they can catch up with you, and the Creative Hustle.
You can get which camera, whatever. You can find me on at Instagram on BLE_cinema. You can find me at BLE www.blecinema.com. You can find me at www.blecomics.com. You can find me on Facebook, and I don't even know what my Facebook name is.
Just
It's just
type in
Omar.
BLE.
It's just Omar. When you type in BLE, you'll find everything
Right.
everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that. BLE, you'll find both of them.
You can follow me on Instagram at Director Will Gates, and my company Instagram is at Open World Films. You know what I'm saying? On Instagram, my Facebook for my friends and family, so don't.
It's like, don't
get a little weird, you know.
just get
But
weird.
just my IG, yeah.
Jay?
J Davis TP, JAY Davis TP on everything. JDavisFilms.com. Creative Hustle, we film in 2 days, October 10th and 24th at the Den Theater, 1331 North Milwaukee. Get your tickets and get tested for whatever you need to get tested for in advance. I don't want to get in nobody's business. And never give up on your dreams, man. You know, anybody can start an OnlyFans page. You know, just keep dreaming.
Right.
Everybody, you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people, and I've had the honor to sit down with these creative and talented brothers and sister that was on the show. You'll see her in a minute, but we're gonna be back after these messages from the Chicago Fly Guy, who's going to bring you the top 5 things that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show, like he always do. And I'm glad you guys are tuning in. Here's the Chicago Fly Guy with the top 5 things.
It's America's favorite personality, your Chicago Fly Guy, bringing you the top 5 things that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show. Number 5. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige are scheduled to put it down at the 2022 Super Bowl in February in LA. It's going down. Now, you know it's going down, and the Chicago Fly Guy has to be present. Yes, I'm going to hang out with Snoop D-O-double-G. Number 4. Congratulations is in order for the man who brought us Club Quarantine, none other than DJ D-Nice. D-Nice has been nominated by the Hip Hop Awards as the 2021 DJ of the Year. D-Nice digitized the incredible party experience, keeping our spirits lifted. Congratulations, D-Nice. It ain't nothing like being on IG with you, my brother. Number 3, Portia Williams says it's time to turn in her peach. The Atlanta housewife says it's time to throw it in. She is done with the show. She is through with Bravo, and Portia has big things awaiting for her. I know y'all been keeping up with her and her new boo. She been buying them things. They bought each other engagement rings. They doing the doggone thing. He was in tears. She was in tears. It's all going down in the ATL. Number 2, 7 soon-to-be HBCU graduates will be graced to commence debt-free, compliments of none other than Nick Cannon. Yeah, Nick, y'all know Mariah's ex, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon heard the stories of the struggling college students and said, y'all did y'all best. I'm going to do the rest. Kudos, Nick. Number 1, first grader Mason Tucker has currently raised $36,000+. Now, Mason raised this money because he was determined to reflect obedience because his mom told him when he got to school never to take off his mask. Well, it was picture day. The photographer made several attempts to get Mason to take that mask off, and he refused. Mason took his picture, masked up. Kudos, champ. The picture went viral on his mom's Facebook page, and Mason developed a fan base, and his fans created a GoFundMe page for Mason. Now Mason has 36 big ones just because he was obedient. I wish I could be that obedient. Somebody, can y'all tell Simeon I've been a supportive, obedient colleague? Can he drop me 36 big ones? I'm your Chicago Fly Guy, and these have been, of course, the top 5 things that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show.
All right, everybody, that Chicago Fly Guy is hilarious, and he's always giving us the best top 5 things that you need to know right here on the Simeon Henderson Show, where we're giving a voice to the people. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. It was a blast having Jay and the Creative Hustle team here, and we have a surprise for you. As we go out, we're going to bring up Tari Teray with her new hit single out on all platforms in time. Let's hear what she has to say. Come on in. Give it up for everybody.
Life keeps on moving. Ooh, life keeps on moving. We'll hold hands, walk in the sun. We'll go on until the morning comes. Till the morning
Spit it, going home. Thank you guys for tuning in. If I get all my crowd to come in, we're getting out of here. Thank you guys. Life is good.
This feels
Right
good.
here on the Simeon
Life
Henderson
is
Show,
so
where we're giving a
good.
voice to the
This
people.
feels good.
We'll see you guys
It's
next
so
time.
Good.
Peace.
This feels good. Life is so good. This feels good. It's so good. This feels good.
All right.
Life is so good.
Good. I try to do it.
Calvin Evans, comedian, actor extraordinaire, and I need y'all to tune in to the Simeon Henderson Show. He's giving a voice to people.
Yo, what's happening, world? It's your favorite film director, Will Gates, and you are watching the Simeon Henderson Show.
Yo, this is KB of Open World Films, and you're watching the Simeon Henderson Show. Tune in.
This is Jay Davis, and as soon as you finish coughing on people, I need y'all to tune into the Simeon Henderson Show.
What's up, y'all? This is Tari Teray here in Chicago, and I'm at the Simeon Henderson Show. Stay tuned.